Good morning, student. As you all know, in the last class we have been studied about the central problem of an economy at a micro level. Now we have included the central problem of an economy at a macro level. There are three or more problem of a more central problem of an economy at a macro level. First, the problem of optimum utilization of resources. Second, the problem of growth of resources, and third is regarding the development of an economy or a development of a resources. The first one, the problem of optimal utilization of resources, include the use of scarce resources fully be utilized and utilized efficiently. There is no wastage of resources which led the unemployment. This means that the human resources are being utilized at a full manner and so efficiently that it create the employment in the economy and it led the growth in the economy. For example, when the worker in a factory go for a strike, capital resources lie idle and are wasted. So there is a need to be used the scarce resources in a utilized manner and also efficiently. So it led the development or the growth on the economy. Second one is growth of resources. As we all know that we have a scarce resources, so there is a need to increase our scarce resources, and use efficiently so it can meet the demand of the economy. For example, as the population increases, we have to increase the size of resources. We increase the resources in a two manner, quantitative manner or and a qualitative manner. In a quantitative manner, we have to increase the resources as the population increases, we increase the resources so it fulfill the demand of the rising population. And in the qualitative term, we have to be increase the human capital by giving them proper education and training, so that capital become the that human become a human capital and work for the development of an economy, and it led the growth in the resources of an economy. And the last one which is not included there, that is the development, and that is related to the problem of development, where here we have the resources which are scarce and have alternative uses. There is a need to develop our economy so it can be fight against the unemployment and let the economy on the platform of on the platform, so it can manage all the unlimited wants by the scarce resources. Next, we have been learned about the concept of production possibility. Production possibility is related to the what type of the production possibilities for the production of two goods. It deals with the two combination of the two goods which led the development, in which we have been learn about the production possibility curve. After knowing the population, before we knowing the production possibility curve, we have to know about the assumption related to the production possibility curve. The first assumption is the resources available are fixed. Second, the technology remains unchanged, the resources are fully employed and resources are efficiently employed. Next, the production possibility schedule. What is the production possibility schedule? Production possibility schedule shows the combination of the two goods which we possibly use or which we possible with the possibility to be produced for the economy. That is called the production possibility schedule. It contains the combination of the two goods which we have to choose for the production, and according to the situation, because as we all know that we have a scarce resources and how to deal with the scarce resources. This led the production possibilities for the future, and when we show in the table that is called the production possibility schedule. Next is production possibility curve. When we use the production possibility schedule in a graphical manner, it is called the production possibility curve. That is the production possibility curve. It shows that how we use the scarce resources to how we use the scarce resources to then produce the different possibility of the goods. At a point A, we have to produce 15 of guns and zero of food. And from when we move from A to E, the amount of amount of food is increases and the amount of guns decreases. And when we move from F to A, the amount of guns increases and the amount of the food decreases. As the situation, the we have to produce those good in what quantity that is required for the economy. As there is a situation of the peace or there is no war, then we produce more goods is as compared to the guns. And if there is a possibility of the war, then we have to produce guns as compared to the food. Now we have dealt with how the center problem is solved through this PPC curve. As the PPCC curve slopes downwards and is concave in nature, which means the MRTS for the possibility for the production possibility curve, that is the PPC curve, is maximum. PPC curve is also called as the transformation curve because we have to use the resources or we have to transfer the resources from one good to another. As we use the first, if we produce more guns, then we take the resources from the food and utilize this scarce resources in the production of the gun. And when we produce more food, then we take the resources from the gun side and then transfer to into the production for the food. So it is also known as a transformation curve. This curve is based on the following assumption. Quantity of factor of production is fixed. The fixed full employment technology is given and there are two goods produced in the economy, because at a micro level we only take the individual entities, not a aggregate one. That's all for today. In the next class we learn about how to solve the central problem through this production possibility curve and what are the different shapes of the production possibility curve and what the production possibility curve explain us for the economy. Thank you so much.